What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Snowpiercer video. In this video we will be discussing just where Mr. Wilford is and why we have not seen him yet, which is bizarre considering that, well, his train and, well, his whole initials are everywhere. So if you're new, please do subscribe with notifications on down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please do consider dropping a like as well. We cover this show weekly, so come back here every Monday for the videos for that episode. So the lead mystery of this season so far was the murder, but the real mystery bubbling underneath, and if you've been watching my previous Snowpiercer videos, you'll know that, well, the real mystery is, where the hell is Mr. Wilford? In the movie, we had the mouthpiece of Mr. Wilford eventually lead Chris Evans' character to the engine and front of the train, revealing Ed Harris there as Mr. Wilford. However, we are yet to see Mr. Wilford in the show just yet. Now, weirdly in the show as well, the woman who speaks for Mr. Wilford has been split up into two people, with it being Melanie and her lackey. Her lackey is the one who is always sent to the tail of the train and seems to really be on board with the Kool-Aid there that the first class are the best and everyone else is the rest, and that's it. And Melanie is also the voice of Mr. Wilford, just like that minister was in the movie. Now, everyone seems to know Mr. Wilford as the creator of the train, and the rich first class even seem entitled because, well, they actually paid the train in one of the world's most expensive Kickstarters, it seems. However, he is yet to be shown and is actually played by Sean Bean, according to the IMDb, and we have actually heard Sean Bean's dulcet tones yet, and that was when the fight night was taking place. So, weirdly, have we actually had the first time Sean Bean was actually killed off before he was even in the show? Now, while I initially thought before that Melanie was playing the role of Mr. Wilford, that's what it seemed like at the first episode. Everyone seems to have seen Mr. Wilford, however, and he appears to be a hermit, a sort of Howard Hughes style figure there, so it is very, very unlikely that she is actually the man himself. However, I do think that she is simply masquerading as him or pretending that his word is actually true, because we obviously knew that Mr. Wilford was a mythical figure in the movie, and he was at the front of the train. There are 1,001 cars, but we always seem to see the same people. Yeah, just absolutely bizarre there. So he might be up there living the life of luxury at the front of the train, but we haven't heard from him whatsoever. And every time his word has seemed to be passed down, it is not actually him. On multiple occasions, Melanie has actually used the engineering car staff to pretend to be Mr. Wilford, and she actually threatened them, saying, "Did you want to speak to him yourself?" She was that absolute sure that they wouldn't try and speak to him, so it seems like he is also a scary figure. I guess if your kind of word is absolute law, if you're in first class, he could simply go, yeah, well, you're going to get kicked out of the train, or you're also going to the tail. I'm not sure what would actually be worse, but she must be pretty certain of herself if the fact that, well, she can masquerade as him. So the engineering staff have pretended to be Mr. Wilford on two separate occasions. In the latest episode, LJ got off scot-free from a fake message that was sent via engineering. So this rule of law was passed down from Melanie, and really Mr. Wilford isn't passing any of these laws whatsoever, which is really, really weird when you think about it. And I'm sure that if he is the great leader, he would want to be in control of the train, or we would see him at some point. Granted, yes, I know that the minister in the movie passed everything down herself, and we didn't actually hear his voice until the end when Chris Evans finally was allowed to do what he wanted and confront him. All of this is actually making me think that there is no Mr. Wilford on the train, or he could actually be somewhere else. The draws have been a huge part of the episodes of the whole murder mystery storyline, with Nikki coming out of them and having some sort of withdrawal, and Andre has also been sent to them and of course Trevor from GTA was also sent there. Now, Melanie has also had a vested interest in these drawers actually being a working thing, which quite clearly they are not. People are seemingly sent there and with no intention of them actually being woken up, as it's too dangerous. And, well, that's a good point, because if you wanted to execute people, where would you actually put the body? Because there's nowhere at the moment. So what they could do is put them in the drawers there and just use them for something else. Granted, there is cannibalism, and if they wanted to go down a dark route, they could actually do that. Now, Melanie also spoke to the doctor in charge of the drawers and wanted it to make sure that there were no problems, and that makes me wonder, why is she so concerned about them? Well, my theory here is that Mr. Wilford is actually in the drawers. Melanie was clearly or at least having a past in engineering, because she's had the MIT hoodie, she's had the Yale engineering hat, and she's also very, very buddy-buddy with the engineering class. And hospitality does not seem like it was her main job. So what if Mr. Wilford either died or was actually dying, and the only way to save him was to put him on ice? What if she actually invented these drawers just so he can survive and they can work on a cure or something, or whatever's wrong with him when they take him off? So that makes sense why she would have a vested interest in actually bringing him back. So that's what I think. I don't think he's dead. I just think that he is in the drawers and he is ill or something like that, and he will be broken out at some point. Maybe we will see it in the next episode or the next few episodes. But that's it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.